In this lesson, we are going to be making the conditions that we can use to test to see if we should toggle the flame on and off. So, let's go ahead and I'm going to add one more thing to our flamethrower effect. I'm going to add a light. So, let's go down here into the flamethrower and expand this out a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to duplicate this top particle system so it's in the same position as our other particle systems. And I'm going to actually just zoom in on this, so press F, and I'm going to switch back over to the 3D, so press the 2D again, so it's not on. And zoom in closer here. I'm going to go ahead and remove the particle system component. And I'm going to also remove the script here. Then I'm going to add on a light component. And I'm going to change the color to more of a yellowish color, something sort of like that. And it's already set to a point light, that's what I want. And I'm going to have it also cast shadows, so have some soft shadows. And maybe I'll just bring up the intensity a little bit and pull it back a little bit too, put it more in the mouth area, just like that. Okay, cool, so that's going to be our light. I'm going to go ahead and rename this one as well to light. Let's go ahead and open up our enemy behavior script. And let's go ahead and go into our pursue function. Let's go find that. And here we have this part here. We're checking to see if the distance is far enough away to escape. And then we're going to change our state back to the patrol state. Now that's cool. That's fine. But we want to have a few more conditions here. So I'm going to go ahead and make an else. Else, if we are not, if this is not true, we need to check to see if, and we're going to check to see if our, if the distance is within, is less than or equal to the attack range. So we're going to have to make a new variable for that. So let's go ahead and make it public. Why not? We can assign it in the inspector then. And it's going to be a float. It's going to be called attack range. And let's go back down here and find where I was at in the pursue. Okay, here we are. Now let's go ahead and do something similar to this. I'm going to go ahead and just copy this right here, which is just checking to see if the distance between this and the target is greater than escape distance, only we're going to change this last part to be less than or equal to the attack range. So we have that. We're testing to see, okay, are we within attack range? And we also want to make sure that our player is in front of our enemy before we attack. So I'm going to go ahead and add another condition onto this. So use the AND, double and percent sign. And in order to check this, we're going to need to first make a new variable up here. And we're going to need to see what direction it is to the to our target. And we did this before. I'm just going to copy the code from our look at target, where we made the height adjusted target, and then we made the direction to target. So I'm going to copy that, and I'll just paste it up here in our pursue, just right up here. So now we'll have our direction to target, and so I need to use the vector3 dot function, and if I go over here into Photoshop, I can show you. So we're checking to see, is it within maybe 0.3 positive and 0.3 negative. So what I can actually do, in order to not have to do multiple conditions for that, I'm also going to use the math f.absolute function, which gets the absolute value of whatever's inside of it. So I'm going to just put that around here, and then we need to, of course, put in our dot function. So for this, we're going to put in the direction to the target. So direction to target, as well as, of course, we're going to do it the same way we did the other one. We're going to put in the robot head dot transform dot right. And that should, and now, so I'll try to explain this again. So this is forward for the right, okay? But this is going to be the direction to our target, hopefully is going straight forward like this. So we need to make sure it's within a close enough range between here and here. So go back over here, and we want to make sure that whatever this returns is going to be, and I need to make sure I put this around the right parentheses. I might have to scroll over a little bit. Okay, so this is all the absolute right up to here. So we need to say, make sure that it is less than 0.3. And then we need to do one more thing. I want to also make sure that the flame light that we created is not on, because that would be, if it's on, then the flame effect should be on then in that situation. So I'm going to say also, and we need to make a new variable to store this light. So it's going to be a public one, so I'm going to assign it in the inspector, and it's going to be a game object, and it's going to be, I'm going to call it flame light. And now down here in our very long conditional, it's going to be a third condition in this one condition, and it's going to say, if I can click right here, there we go, it's going to say flamelight dot active self, so flamelight dot active self, just checking to see if it's active. I think it's like that. We might have an error we'll have to fix here in a second because I'm not getting autocomplete, but is equivalent to, and we want to see if it is equal to false. We need to make sure that it is off in order for us to actually toggle our flamethrower on. So that should be the entire condition, and I'll go through it again. Oh, we need to put a curly brace there, along with, I think this one, we need to change this one to a end curly brace. Cool. Okay, so to go over this again, just to make sure that this makes sense, we're checking to see if the distance between our character, our enemy, and the player is less than or equal to the attack range, then we're good. We also need to make sure that our target is in front, and we also need to make sure that the flamethrower isn't currently going. So we can check that by seeing, is the flame light on? So all of that, and then in here we will toggle flame on. And now we need to do one more condition. So this is going to be another else if, and this is going to be checking to see if the distance, this thing here, same sort of thing, distance between the enemy and the target. We're going to checking to see if it is greater than attack range, because then we need to toggle, of course, the flame thrower off. So with that, curly braces, and we'll put a comment in here, toggle flame off. And now we should have what we need to have set up in order to create our toggle flame function and have that work in here. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.